All right, guys, welcome to another live. Welcome to another live. In today's live, we're going to talk about 3 ways to spot money making opportunities. I think spotting money opportunities is very important. I think this is why people don't make or don't get to make additional money, is because their lack of ability to spot money making opportunities. So I have 3 things on the list. And these 3 things have helped me spot opportunities very quickly. I think, the more you're able to get ahead, the more information the quicker you're going to be able to spot these opportunities. So, number one on the list is paying for premium information. Now, most people say, oh, go to Google, right? Just look it up on the internet. If you want to learn about drop shipping, if you want to learn about um, crypto, stocks, trading. Everybody's like, oh, just go online, search it. And it's good to go online. I think using the internet is very important, very useful. But I think at some point, you just need to pay for some information, especially if it's something you want to do in the future, especially if it's something you want to make a career out of. I think at some point, it's just good to pay for information because I think there's just so many more people out there that's good or better than you at what you're doing, that you can learn from, right? And those people are not going to give you that information for free. Those people are going to charge you. And I think, depending on the person, depending on, the amount of research you do to find that person, I think the money paid is well worth it. Especially if it's not, tens of thousands of dollars, right? And maybe even in those cases, it's actually worth it. You got to look at the upside, and you got to say, okay, in this field, if I get really good in this field, I'll be able to make this amount of money, and me paying $2,000 to $3,000 for a course, or maybe $200 to $300 for a course, will be worth it because I'm going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars each year, or I'm going to be able to spot an opportunity that I may be able to flip my money, right? I may be able to double, triple my money in a very short amount of time, and all I had to pay was $500 to $1,000 for this course. And I think most people, what I see a lot of the times is most people think everything's a scam. So they don't want to invest in education. They don't want to spend that $200 to $300 for that course because they think that person's a scam. Now, I could tell you I probably spent over, 10,000 bucks on educational courses. Now, I must say for some of them, it wasn't, I probably didn't, I probably could have got that information off of Google, but I never let that deter me from from continuing to pay for information. Because I could say for the crypto space, just recently I paid for a $1,500 course or subscription, and it's been very helpful, right? Especially in this current bull market we're in. There's so many tokens flying. There's so many plays to get into that it's good to have somebody that has more knowledge than you navigating that space for you. Obviously, you're going to do a lot of the navigating yourself. You're going to be online. You're going to be in the forums. You're going to be in the Discord. You should be, right? You should be doing your own research and just matching it up. Because I could tell you from one, like I already had a crypto subscription. I had 2, but I ended up getting this other one. And basically what I did was I was matching up, each, like what each subscription was suggesting to get into and seeing if each one of those subscriptions were recommending the same thing, right? And, I could see, okay, a lot of these people are aligning on this one space. Maybe it's a good idea that I double down on that space and, invest, right? So it's good to it's not only good to pay for information, but pay for information in multiple sources, so that way you can match stuff up and you can see, if a lot of the stuff you're thinking about, other people have the same conclusion, right? So, but yeah, I think most people need to start paying for information. I think you just start off small, pay for like $100 or $200 course. for something that you're interested in, right? Don't just go out and buy a course for something that you're not interested in. You definitely want to pay for something that, when you spend the 200 to 300 bucks, okay, I'm interested in this thing. I'm gonna go through the whole course, because I know a lot of people, they'll pay for something that they're not even interested in, and they spent $200 to $300 on a course, and they just let that course sit there. Or a lot of people do that for books. A lot of people do that for books. They'll buy a book, and the book is just sitting there for a year, and they probably read like the introduction page, and didn't get further than that. So yeah, you definitely don't want to pay for information and not use it. Definitely, make sure it's something that you're interested in, and that when you pay for that information, you're gonna actually use it, right? But yeah, I think that's the first thing on the list: paying for premium information. I don't know if I mentioned that, but premium information, because the information that you're paying for, it should be from people that are in meetings or in rooms that you can't get in, and you're just paying that premium fee so you could get access to that information and you can make the best decision possible. And that's the whole point of it. It's stuff that you can't really get on Google, or you may be able to get on Google, but you have to spend hours and hours and hours of digging to not be sure, when you could pay money to a person that knows what's going on in the space better than you, and you can leverage that knowledge. So yeah, I think um, paying for premium information is going to be the first way you're going to be able to spot money making opportunities a lot faster than most people. All right. Number two is acting quick and always looking up stuff, always doing your research. So it kind of ties in a little bit to number one. But once you get that information, you need to act quick, right? There's no point of, let's just say, for instance, I was reading a book on credit cards and how to get money, or how to get extra points using credit cards and things like that. But what's the point of reading all that, and I don't get a new credit card, or I don't get any of the credit cards that book offered, or I don't use any of the strategies that book mentioned in the next week or so? I'm a person that likes to act quick and implement stuff that I learn pretty quickly. I don't like to let it sit, because the more you let it sit, it's gonna that information is gonna diminish in your brain, and you're not gonna recall a lot of things. So it's good when you read and you get information to quickly apply it to what you want to do, right? So you got to act quick, and then also acting quick and continuously keeping up with the market. So if you're in stocks, if you're in crypto, if you're in real estate, are you keeping up with the market each and every day? I used to say each and every week, right? But I think it's not it's not too much to take 10 to 15 minutes out of your day to keep up with the market, right? You could go on to Yahoo Finance, whatever market you're in, whether it's crypto, stocks, real estate, look at the real estate news, the markets, the interest rates, and keep up with whatever Jerome Powell's saying, or where interest rates are going. I don't think it takes that long. Maybe 15 to 20 minutes a day. You don't have to go and watch the whole Fed meeting, but you can look at the highlights, right? There's news articles that come out that highlight the important stuff that you need to know. Okay, they're going to start cutting interest rates in 3 months. That means a lot more companies are going to be able to borrow more money, and from the banks, because interest rates are low. That means more money is going to go into the company, more production, more productivity, and the price of stuff goes up. So maybe this is time to get into my favorite assets, right? So it's just being aware, always looking up stuff in the market, and paying attention to the day to day. If you don't pay attention to the day to day, you're going to miss out. And the market moves pretty quick. So if you're not paying attention to the news, you might miss out on something. Then the next day, something shot up 100, 200%. And because you weren't paying attention, you weren't able to double down on a position. You weren't able to start a new position to take advantage of that run. So you need to, just keep up with the market. And the best way to do that is having a good news source that you could check every morning. I have, obviously for the crypto, I have my subscriptions, but then also, Yahoo Finance. I think Yahoo Finance is good. They have some others that you could pay for 10 to 15 bucks a month. The Wall Street Journal. Bloomberg is kind of expensive, but stuff like that where you could pay 15 to 20 bucks a month and you get all the updated news to your phone. So yeah, I think that's the number one thing is to keep up with that information and then also act quick, right? Act very, take action, right? Don't just get information and not take action. The whole point of paying for that information is so you could quickly take action, right? But yeah, so that's number two. Number three is catch trends early. All right, so the way a lot of people make money is getting in on trends very early. You know, and you don't have to be the first one, but you just have to be early enough where you can catch a good percentage of a move, or maybe you missed Nvidia, but then you get into like TSM or SMCI, or all these other AI related, chip related companies that may have ran after because you saw that AI was taking off and you were like, okay, let me look up all these other AI stocks that are moving and let me see which one best fits, right? And then also it goes back to the first thing as well. You paid for information, you're keeping up with trends, you're seeing, okay, on social media, this is trending. On Reddit, this is trending, or on this social platform, this is trending. And then with the paid information you have, you're able to, and the research you did, you're able to make that decision to capitalize on that trend. But yeah, I think, staying up with trends is probably the one of the big ones. Everything on this list is pretty important, but I think staying up with trends is the most important, because if you miss a trend, it might not be 4 to 5 years before another solid trend comes along, right? Like for instance, for Bitcoin, it's every 4 years because of the Bitcoin halving, right? The crypto market follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin is what leads the market. And if you know that's the case, if you know that within those 4 years, you're building up capital to deploy when that Bitcoin halving takes off. Because like every 4 years, prices of altcoins, prices of Bitcoin, prices of all these digital assets go up when the Bitcoin halving takes place. So you prepare for that in the 4 years. You caught that trend. Right now, if you weren't aware of that trend, you gotta wait. Everybody gained money, and now you gotta wait another 4 years for that trend to come, or you have to catch a new trend. Because who wants to wait 4 years and just sit idle for 4 years? So now you have to find something totally new when something was in your face. So yeah, I think keeping up with trends is very important. And right now I would say the most popular trends are AI, crypto, real world assets. It's the same as the blockchain, like tokenizing assets on the blockchain. And yeah, those are the two hot ones right now. And then obviously within crypto, they have their own little sectors like DeFi and things like that. But we're always gonna have trends that come and go, and it's more of the people, right? The people determine the trend. So keeping up with the news, keeping up with they have this thing on Google where you could search what are people searching for, what's hot in the market right now, right? What are people moving towards in the future? And once you figure that out, you can say, okay, people are moving towards, AI or something digital, right? And then you double down and do your research and say, okay, I did my analysis on this company, I did my analysis on this company, and then you could make an investment decision. But yeah, trends are one of those things that I think a lot of people sleep on. They could be, I remember the GameStop wave too. You can call it waves as well, where it's like everybody was on meme coins or meme stocks, right? But then it also transitioned to meme coins, because I think after GameStop, it was like the whole Dogecoin thing, and then the Shiba Inu, and they're still taking off today. Like meme coins are one of one of the hot trends in crypto, and people make a lot of money on that. Obviously, it's not good for long-term investing, but again, a trend is more. This is like spotting money-making opportunities, so it doesn't always necessarily need to be long-term, but it doesn't need to be a day either, right? It could be within months, and you just spot something. You say, okay, this is moving this way. This is getting hot. Let me put some money in this, and let me take advantage of the trend. But yeah, so those are the three things. Let me go over them again. All right, so the three ways to spot money, three ways to spot money making opportunities. Number one is paying for premium information. You need premium information. You're not going to have access to people that are able to talk to the CEO of Nvidia or Jeff Bezos or people just in high places. You don't have access to those people, and there's certain people that are able to get in those rooms and grab that information, and they obviously they have something that most people want, so they're going to sell it for a premium, right? Because it's not something that you can get on Google. It's not something that you can get on Reddit. Maybe you could, but you're going to, you're not going to be sure about it, and you're going to be spending a lot of time trying to figure out if that information is valid. So that's number one. Number two, acting quick. And then also always looking things up, right? If you're interested in something, look it up each and every day. What's moving? Like what's going on in that market? And then acting quick, right? Number one, you got the premium information. Number two, act quick. Make sure you are moving quick. Have some sense of urgency to take a position in something, and don't wait a year before you implement the education that you just received or the information that you just got. You want to act on it quick. And then three, catching on to trends quickly. This is probably going to be one of the most powerful things, the most important thing, because trends are usually what carry most people's investments. If you're not in a trend, most likely you're not going to get the biggest spikes. You're not going to get the biggest move in price, because most of the time it's retail people that determine the trend. So if you could figure out where that retail is going and where all that money is going, you could take advantage of certain trends and make money on that. But yeah, those are the three things that are going to help you spot money making opportunities. I think if you implement those things, you'll be able to find ways to make money pretty quickly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I have any comments. I don't have any comments. Last time somebody left a comment, I didn't see the comment. So just want to make sure I have a comment, because when I do these, I try to just go straight into it and I don't really look at the comments, but I need to start doing that. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Take care.